Wake up, wakey, wakey. Time for 30 minutes on the, I guess technically not seated bike, but the recumbent bike. So, very bright, not necessarily early. It's about 10:20. I woke up like 45 minutes ago. My one 8:30 class for today got canceled, and that correlates to an extra couple of hours of sleep for me. So, in a bodybuilding context, an early morning class getting canceled, that's conducive with gains, you know? I think we're all aware that all of your actual growth is going on when you're sleeping, when you're chilling. So, the longer you can stay in bed and, you know, dream around in your REM sleep cycles, the better. I think we all know that. So, the next couple of days, well, the next couple of videos will kind of be, oh man, what's the opposite of a delay? They're kind of going to be filmed in advance because the next this weekend we're making a little trip cross country with the hostile guys. We're going to check out Venice, so that'll be cool. They're gonna have like a Gold's Gym workout video. I mean, you'll just have to check out that channel to see what's going on over there. So today will be the videos for the next few days, just so I give you a solid what's the word, output. You know, don't let the upload stop. But first things first, morning cardio. This will be a little bit of a this will probably feel a little bit more like a lecture than normal, just because I know you don't, well, statistically I know the majority of you guys don't want to hear it, you know, but I lay out the benefits every time. You can lead a lifter to water, but you can't make him drink, as it were. But 30 minutes of cardio a day, seated bike, but it doesn't have to be the seated bike. You can do whatever you want. Stairmaster, fucking treadmill, going to run, whatever. You know. And if you don't want to actually go to the gym to do it, then whatever. You know, run around your neighborhood. That's a comment I'll get a lot. Like, why are you going to the gym to sit on the bike for cardio? You can just run around the block. I mean, I guess I could. I don't really want to, you know. For me, the kind of cardio that I like the most is, you know, the recumbent bike. It just makes sense because I can burn a pretty good amount of calories in a pretty good amount of time, you know. If I were to walk on the treadmill, it's going to take me 45 minutes for the machine to say that I burned 300 calories. Oh my goodness. But on the seated bike, you know, I can do 300 calories in 30 minutes. And that's usually what I go for. Well, that's my kind of minimum requirement in my mind. Like, sometimes I'll get up into like 400 calories, or the machine will say it's 400 calories in 30 minutes. You know, it's just a number though. Really, what I kind of consider, you know, what I would count as my cardio is just, or for anybody, you know, 30 minutes of doing something where your heart rate is significantly elevated for, you know, a constant amount of time. Right? So if you want to fucking play ball, I don't know, whatever else you do, if your heart rate's up in like the 140s, 150s for 30 minutes straight, guess what, man? That counts. So, you know, when it comes to stair stepper or the stairmaster, I'm not a fan. It just kind of feels like a lot of work. But it's really no problem for me to sit on the bike and just watch a show or play on my phone or scroll TikToks or fucking play Clash Royale, you know, do anything. All this stuff. I mean, you got your phone at your disposal, which, I mean, not even whether or not, it's probably for sure a bad thing. But, you know, it can just make time fly like nothing, you know? So when I do my cardio, it doesn't even feel like I'm actively doing something. I mean, obviously I am actually I am pedaling, I am breathing a little heavy, So it's not like zero work, but it's really not that freaking bad. Definitely not when you compare the disadvantages being, you got to either go to the gym or just go to the basement if you have a little treadmill, or go for a jog, put on your, uh, what are those fancy running shoes? The ones that like got banned or something because the foam was too bouncy. I don't know, do whatever. But cardio is going to improve your overall performance, which is then going to correlate with your overall gains. You know, my lifts, I'm going to be more effective in the gym because I'm not going to get so winded. Right? If I didn't do any cardio, a set of crazy squats, I mean, dude, I'd be probably out of it for like, I don't know. I'd want to wait like 10 minutes before I did another set. Right? But with the daily cardio, kind of stimulating my cardiovascular system, doesn't take that long. So that's going to relate to every set. I mean, even if I'm doing a smaller muscle group, buys or chest or whatever, I'm still going to be able to recover and reoxygenate my fucking muscles quicker, you know, do more hard sets. Plus, from burning, an extra 300 or however many calories from doing the cardio in the morning, that means my body is burning that many more calories. Holy shit. For the whole day, you know, and that means that I'll be able to eat more food. So I'll be running through more calories a day. That correlates to having a higher metabolism. I think that's really what I was trying to say. And if you're concerned about, oh well, if I'm bulking, I don't want to do my cardio. I don't want to waste any energy. I don't necessarily stand behind that statement, man. I can't really relate to that opinion. If I burn 300 calories on the bike, my body is going to be hungry to replenish those 300 calories that it burned, if not a little bit more, you know? So, as far as I can tell, it's just maintaining or not maintaining, but you're just going to be a more well oiled machine, you know? That's how I see it. And 70% of you don't see it that way. 30% of you said that you do, but I mean, at least half of you guys are lying. So, I mean, maybe take it as like a token that you're the minority if you do your cardio on a consistent basis. What's so crazy too is you should do it. You know, like nobody skips cardio. It's like I don't need to do cardio. It's not good for me. It's not gonna improve my cardiovascular system. It's not good for my heart. I don't need to do it. No, I mean unless you're straight up delusional, you're not gonna have that opinion. Anytime people do skip cardio, they they know they're doing something bad. You know, oh, I don't do my cardio. I'm so bad. Come on, not fucking cool. So there's not really much to see sitting on the bike pedaling. Let's just cut to a little post cardio pose down, and then I guess we'll just get back in the car and come back home. I think I'll probably take a nap too. My schedule's cleared for the day. All right, so more than a solid sweat has been fucking developed. So let's just see how we're fucking looking. So this is unpumped in all areas. I mean, you know, after doing cardio, you kind of have your blood flowing. So I'd say maybe you get a 10% pump all around, but, you know, negligible at best. Oh, oh yeah, back lat spread. Oh. Oh. All right. What do you think? I know what your thoughts should be. saying you are way too fucking lean. You need to start packing on some more pounds. Don't worry, I'm thinking the same thing. So let's just get back to the crib, discuss things a little further. All right, so that's enough of that. It ended up being about, oh my God, I'm so dopamine dependent. I wasn't even just playing Clash Royale. I had The Sopranos on like the mini player on the top of my screen. So it was like 15 minutes of Clash Royale plus an episode of The Sopranos, followed by, oh my gosh, followed by 15 minutes of, hype TikTok edits. So went by like nothing. Honestly, I kind of feel like I just blinked and then now cardio is over. So, I mean, fuck, man. Look back on the last year that you've been lifting. What's your excuse for not doing the cardio? And even kind of beyond that, what's your excuse for maybe taking extra rest days that you don't need, or potentially rest weeks, just taking a ton of time off? I mean, hindsight's 2020. Did you really have anything better to do? I'm not Gary V. I don't make every day, every second that I'm up and awake like, 100% productive. I think we know based on how I talk about all the laundry that I never fucking fold, that's not the case. Oh, what? Somebody just jumped in line on this four-way. But, if you can pick something which you like, right? And there's maybe a few things that go along with progressing in that specific field. It doesn't have to be lifting, of course. You could apply this to fucking anything. Of course, if you're here watching any of these videos, that's the only thing I talk about is, fucking lifting. So of course that's what I'm referencing. But if you can just, I totally just lost my fucking train of thought completely. What the fuck was I trying to say? That's my cue to get home and eat. I just burned off some energy, some glycogen. My blood sugar must be slightly lower than it was before I went to the gym after that cardio. I gotta replenish that with a big old bowl of cereal, which you'll either see in the video after this one or 2 videos after this one. I don't know, because today's gonna be full day of eating. But oh yeah, here's what I was trying to say. So if you've got some kind of something which you actually like, right, or potentially something which is like just a medium to reach a level of proficiency which you like, right? Like as a beginner especially, nobody goes to the gym and thinks to themselves, okay, or nobody, the non-lifter, when they think of lifting, they don't think about like, okay, I want to get really good at training. I want to get really good at training hard and sticking to my macros. Like, that's not what the beginner is thinking. The beginner is just thinking, I want to be fucking big. I want to get fucking huge. And maybe for a couple reasons, like, I want to get bigger than so-and-so to show them, or just, maybe they, just idolize somebody who's fucking yoked out of their mind. But the main, way far distant future end goal is, I want to get fucking jacked, right? So if that's the goal and you've got that solidified in your mind, and you don't completely just lose track of it, and you actually want to get there, then it would just make sense that every day, right, that should be your shit. If you've got something that you want, what is stopping you from getting it? In all honesty, I mean, I feel like people, well, the majority of people, there's kind of like an awakening that you should have, kind of a self-reflective awakening, where you can actually understand the fact that you're not just floating through space in your life, right? I mean, I'd go, so I don't want to make this political or anything, but I feel like the education system is almost sort of setting you up that way. Like, you do what you're told, So, it's not like everybody grows up, unless they've got some baller parents or whatever who can support them and say, "Oh, dude, you can do whatever you want, man." I think just from childhood onward, you're kind of put in this little box. You just do what you're told and follow your script, and that's the end of it. Oh man, you gotta realize that you're in complete control, right? You're behind the wheel every fucking day, you know, and if you're not where you want to be, to blame external circumstances, to blame like, well, I could do it if I was so and so. Well, if I didn't have to do this, then I'd be able to do it. Well, I'm so busy with this. There's no way I can make time for it. I mean, it's. I'm sure it feels right to say that. It feels good to say, oh well, the reason I couldn't do it isn't because I didn't want it, or not because I didn't like want to put the work in. It's because of something else. It's not my fault. That's a very reassuring and a very comforting thought process. But that's the fucking antagonist of any sort of progress in any sort of fucking realm of anything. Somebody who's fucking a little bit more, let's just say, in tune with their own reality will understand that, like, sure, outside shit, it'll fuck with you. Things will kind of get in your way or whatever, but that's just an extra challenge for you to deal with. You know, there's no, I mean, the only thing stopping you from doing something, if let's say, people are going to talk smack about you or whatever. I mean, I've got a fair amount of, I don't want to say hate, but yeah, I do kind of want to say hate. And I'm not talking about right now. I mean, way back when I started lifting, you know, because even before I was, I'd say I'm getting close to yoked now. Back when I was a 160 pounder, 170 pounder, I mean, junior, senior year high school, you know, bringing in egg whites in my lunchbox and fucking, just drinking eggs or going to the gym every night, super late. I mean, it's like, you kind of just seem like a nutcase, right? But if what you want to do is gonna, make people say shit or whatever, for you to actually feel annoyed or to feel discouraged by that, it's really just your own mind allowing them to think that, or allowing them to, what's the word I'm trying to say here? Shit. I'm trying to make the analogy that, like, the reason a ship doesn't sink is because the water doesn't get into it. So if you can kind of toughen up your mind to the point where, smack talk or whatever discouraging shit out in the world just can't even, intrude into your mind, and you just don't even think about it, then it's going to be impossible for anybody to fucking, turn you away from something that you want to do. But main idea that I'm trying to get at is you've got to take responsibility if you want to, get a hold of anything cool. Right? There's nothing cool that you don't actually have to work for, right? I mean, it's just not how it works. 90% of the enjoyment of any endeavor is chasing it, working towards it. I mean, once you've got it, we all know the feeling, like, fucking, holy shit, I'm gonna get a 3DS for Christmas. Oh my god. Whoa. And then you get it 2 days later, you just, it doesn't even matter. You've got it. The goal has been achieved. You move on. So that's one thing I like about lifting is, I mean, there is no end. There is no end goal. If the goal is, well, yeah, I don't know. I mean, really, I have no end goal. I could not sum up the point of what I'm doing into a single point. I mean, the point is almost just staying on the journey of just getting in the gym every day. So that's one thing I like about it. But I think that's enough of that motivational kind of whatever. Maybe you got something out of it, maybe you didn't. Whatever. But plan for me now is to go home, eat. Oh, I've got to fold so much fucking laundry today. whatever. So, home, eat, laundry, probably a nap, and then triceps and forearms tonight. So that'll be a good one. I know for a fact I'm going to stay away from skull crushers purely due to the fact that, I mean, it's just so much fucking pressure on my elbows, you know? I mean, it's like there's two different times when I could do skull crushers in my workout, and neither of them are really a good situation. Because here's the basic premise. If I do skull crushers as one of my first tricep movements, then I've got to do so much weight that, I mean, it's just wrenching the fuck out of my elbows. And if I do them later in the workout when I'm weaker and I'm, doing it lighter weight, really just trying to squeeze, then I just don't get that good of a squeeze, man. I'd rather just do like rope pushdowns or even just straight bar pushdowns. So I guess you'll get a glimpse of that soon enough. But yeah, definitely a little bit of a quick one today. But let me just get my final reminders in. Obviously, lift hard, eat your food. Make sure you hit your gram of protein per pound of body weight. Slam some fish oils, some multivitamins. I guarantee you're fucking deficient in something. And I find it very hypocritical where I feel like half, or at least not even half, 90% of the comments, well, you can't, vitamins aren't gonna fill every deficiency. You should get it from diet. And I guarantee that they also have deficiencies in their diet too. But whatever, enough of that. So, eat hard, train hard, sleep hard, be hard. Or no, what's the David Goggins? Go hard? What does he say? Shit. I get it. You get what I'm going for. And then cardio. I want you to do it. I want you to do it, and more importantly than that, you should want you to do it. But like I said in the beginning of this little short little cardio day, I know you're not gonna. I know you're not gonna. But if you do, you're the outlier. You are the freaking outlier. And it's so easy. It's so easy once you start doing it. It's all in your head. So take with that what you will. But I'm out. I'll freaking see you next time.